everyone, I'm Taryn Sargent, and this is a special QUTV sports report for the GLVC Sports Network. Joining me now to talk about track and field is Chris Aschemann, QU's track and field coach. Hello Chris, thanks for joining us. Just to start it off, you're a new coach here. What kind of brought you to Quincy University?
Well, I'm originally from Illinois and wanted to get into the D2 circuit, and I have a lot of family that lives here in Quincy, so it was a no-brainer when this position opened that it was a position I'd be interested in.
As a new coach, what do you kind of look forward to for this new upcoming season for the track team?
There is a lot of young talent on the team. We have a lot of returners that I think are going to make a big impact not only on the conference level but the national level. Returning All-Americans, returning national qualifiers, all conference performances, as well as incoming freshmen that I think can make an immediate impact on the team.
Kind of going until you touched on incoming freshmen, as the track team has been a historically small team, do you look to maybe make that a broader team this year?
Oh, absolutely. I think the more athletes we have on the team, the better chance for success we have. We're looking to right now expand our cross-country team fairly aggressively, hoping to bring in between 20 to 25 total cross-country athletes between the men and women.
And as this year the track team no longer didn't have a cross-country season, can you kind of go in and explain that?
Yeah, so for NCAA and GLVC rules, you have to have a minimum of 5 athletes to compete and score at certain meets. And right now our roster as official cross-country runners is only 3 for men and 3 for women. So for that, instead of possibly risking injury for some of our sprinters or some of the athletes that might not train for it year-round, we foregoed the cross-country year and just redshirted our distance athletes. They'll still compete indoor, they'll still compete in the outdoor season, but trying to build a culture takes some time, and we don't want to rush into it with unnecessary risks in the cross-country season.
As we talked about the team, can we kind of get into you? You're a head coach, but you're a thrower, which is something that's a little bit unusual. Can you kind of get into how you got started in track, what inspired you to coach?
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I went to a very small high school, so we were required to do, I was unofficially like a 5-sport athlete, participating in soccer, football, cross country, basketball, wrestling, and track. When I got to the college level, I was very set that I wanted to do both football and track because I loved both of those sports. Ended up doing 4 years for both, and at the end of my college career, I just felt like I left so much on the table because of the fact that I was doing football. So I continued to compete post-collegiately or after college, and with that, I just got kind of into the coaching realm and ended up falling in love with the process of development and improvement through athletes. And it just took off from there.
And kind of to like go into what you're talking about, culture, what do you want the culture for this team to be?
The culture of any team should always be looking for improvement, whether you are someone that's coming in that has never qualified for a conference meet and looking to be all conference, or someone that's an All-American trying to be a national champion. Everyone's goal should always be to progress, and lifting each other up and holding each other accountable to those standards of what it takes to improve, I think is the culture that we're trying to really push as we expand the team more aggressively. And
kind of just to wrap this up, what are some shout-outs that you want to give out for this season for people to look for?
Big one that comes to mind is Peyton Lewis, returning All-American, and I think he has a potential of really progressing, especially in the weight throw and shot put, to be a top 3 contender at the national level. We have a lot of young ladies on our track team that I think can make a huge impact for our short sprints, our hurdles. Some of our jumpers, I think a lot of our school records will be going down in the jumps when it comes to indoor and outdoor season, especially in the long jump and high jump area.
Thanks again, Chris, for joining us. I'm Taryn Sargent, and this is the QUTV Sports on the GLVC Sports Network.